Holy shit, Matt, play the Star Spangled Banner. It's the 60th episode of the SuperMega podcast.
60 whole episodes. That is 6 episodes 10 times. Or 10 episodes 6 times.
You know, simple multiplication, dude.
Yeah, dude. Or that's 30 episodes 2 times.
Good
or
job.
15 episodes 4 times.
You're doing it.
There you go,
That's
dude.
the
Or
right
60 episodes 1 times.
Yeah.
So, guys, welcome back. We are, right now, our channel is on a 1-week hiatus besides this podcast. Because we ain't going to stop peddling out this glorious podcast.
But we're going to be back Tuesday, so don't worry.
Yeah,
Tuesday with a new brand rollout. It's going to look a little different. Some, thumbnails are... I don't want to give too much away.
Ain't gonna be too much different though. We're just experimenting with
fun.
some new art styles, trying some stuff out. So we hope you guys like that. We like it, and we're excited for it. Yeah. So what should we go on?
What do you want to talk? Well, let's just talk about It right off the bat. We both went to go see the movie It.
Yeah, we saw the movie It,
starring Bill Skarsgård.
It was good, and Finn Wolfhard, our friend Finn.
Yeah, and Wyatt Olentown.
Wyatt Olef. Good movie. I really liked it. It's a good horror movie.
Very fun. Well, I don't know if I'd categorize it as a horror movie, though. It had horror elements, but it was more so kind of like the coming-of-age story stuff going on. If you think about, if you take the movie and, I guess, splice out all the horror parts, that's, not that much of the film, I guess.
Yeah.
But, it was... I liked it, first of all. I thought it was very entertaining, like a fun haunted house type movie.
It's like a roller coaster.
All the kids in it, they did a really superb job.
Yeah, they were all fantastic actors.
Especially Finn and Sophia.
Yeah,
and
good job,
Wyatt
guys.
and the kid who plays Eddie.
Just all of them. Just a good bunch of actors.
Yeah. Did it scare you at all?
Oh yeah, it did scare me at several parts. Freaked me out. It was more of not like a jump scare type of scare, but more of a kind of a shocking, oh my god.
Yeah, because all of the jump scares you kind of predict, because every kind of scene that showcases a jump scare follows the same path as the previous scene, kind of.
Yeah,
it's normal. Something odd happens. The kid kind of fixes the situation or sees what's going on. Silence, and then bam. So that's kind of usually how it's set up in the movie, which, if there's one thing I wish sometimes there was a little more inventive jump scares or a little more inventive scares, because it kind of followed the same path every time. But other than the scares not being too scary, I really enjoyed the film, and that's probably why I actually kept my eyes open during it, because I'm a big baby.
Yeah, you were a little scared before time, because people...
I hate jump scares.
Yeah,
but these jump scares didn't bother me, because they didn't feel, I don't know, they weren't as jarring as other ones. Yes, the loud sound still plays.
Yeah, but it wasn't a lot of... they weren't cheap jump scares.
Yeah.
How a lot of horror movies will just pack the movie with just these cheap jump scares that are just every 10 seconds, it's bah!
I kind of wish that they didn't use that sound effect, because other ways they use the sound design to create the jump scare was good. Not a spoiler, but when the walkie-talkie sound was the jump scare. I like when it's normal noises. When the walkie-talkie kind of changes channels or turns on a signal or someone's calling in.
And it's loud, yeah.
It goes like that. That's fine. But I don't know, just something about the dong. I'm
We should make a movie, and the jump scares, it's not a horror movie. It
goes
frequently has jump scares where just an old man on a green screen pops up and goes, boo! And then disappears again.
Yeah.
And he'll go, see you soon!
Bye-bye!
And then the movie continues, and then 25 minutes later, boo! Did I scare you? And then he goes away.
Yeah.
And then later on in the movie, he does it again.
I'm trying to think, have any other good... I don't see that many horror movies that come out just because they all look stupid.
But, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but has there been a horror movie this year that
you've liked
that I've seen?
I think the last true horror movie I saw was Boo! A Medea Halloween.
that was horrific in the way that we were miserable mostly throughout the show.
That was some true horror, I do have to say.
We're gonna see number 2.
We are seeing 2. That comes out this year for this Halloween, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's soon. Man, they pump that shit out.
Yeah, because it's horrible quality.
They just make that
Have you seen the trailer?
I have not seen the trailer actually.
Awful.
I'll watch it after this podcast.
Is awful.
And then next week's podcast, I'll give my review on the trailer and what I thought. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, just to wrap it up, I guess for me, just it was a fun time. I had a lot of fun with it. Got a good amount of laughs.
Yeah, it was actually really funny.
I feel like for me at least, it was worth the ticket price. Like I had a good time in the theater. I went to go see it again, specifically because I know after opening weekend the theater won't be full, and it's one of those movies that's fun to see with a crowd of people. It's one of those movies,
yeah,
where it's more it becomes more entertaining the more people that you're around, and if those people are susceptible to like cheap scares and eerie situations and stuff.
Yeah,
and you already know what's coming because I've already seen it the first time. It's kind of fun to kind of feel the reaction of the audience.
And I mean, we're going to see it. I'm going to see it twice, and you're going to see it for a third time with all the Grumps crew. So
yeah,
excited for that. But yeah, overall, good movie. I would recommend seeing that. So that's all our scary clown talk.
Hey Matt, we're gonna play a game.
Let's play a game, dude.
It's called Pick a Segue. Now you got this red Segue. It looks really shiny, right? Then we got this blue Segue, okay? But this blue Segue has a horn. See, it kind of sounds like my voice doing a horn noise.
Yeah.
Now we got this green Segue. Now, this green Segue has 3 fucking wheels.
Okay.
So, which Segue are we taking, Matt?
I'm taking green because right now, okay, here's the thing real quick. Before we take that Segue.
Okay.
People, you have a favorite color. My favorite color has never been the same. My favorite color literally changes like every few weeks.
Mine changes depending on what we're talking about.
Mine changes depending on my mood.
Like, I don't think I have a favorite color like maybe in general I have a favorite color, but like if I'm playing a video game, depending on how the video game's graphics or shaders are doing,
yeah.
Like I'm like, I like blue in this game more than I like green in this game.
Right.
Like, or if I'm watching a movie and I like the different tones, like this color, I don't know. It's just like, it's always kind of subjective in terms of what I'm doing and shit like that.
I've never had one color that's been my favorite color, but
I've always loved white and black.
White, yeah, those are.
I just like
neutral.
I just very neutral colors. I mean, you know me. I wear mostly black.
Mostly black. That's the Ryan McGee look.
I should add some more
clothing
color.
Line.
Yeah,
dude, we should make a fucking commercial for like a really nice American Eagle Urban Outfitters commercial for the Ryan McGee clothing.
Look,
line.
I'm telling you,
Banana
guys.
Republic.
If I started my own clothing store, it would be the most comfortable shit. Like, think about walking to a clothing store. It's a bunch of these type of shirts, but like in all different colors.
Plain black t-shirts.
Like there's plain black t-shirts, but there's plain white t-shirts. It's just plain shirts. That's all it is. There's no logos. And then there's an assortment of different designs, and then just plain gym shorts. And then you have just a plethora of different material flip-flops and sandals.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
But
and hats.
Definitely
Bunch of hats.
Today, my mood, Ryan. My mood is green. Green is my favorite color out of those. So let's get on the green Segue.
Okay, here we go. Whoa, dude!
Whoa,
this is a bit janky. I've never ridden one with 3 wheels before.
3 wheels tip easier than 2 wheels. Just saying.
I've been playing some Skyrim recently.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
F yeah, dude.
You played before, right?
Yeah, I played.
Did you like? I'm caught in that whole situation where I keep remaking my character
over and over again and restarting.
Yeah, but I finally made the character that I'm happy with.
You sure about that?
He's a dark elf.
A dark elf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start planting seeds of doubt in your mind. So like now that you've started finally enjoying it and feeling comfortable with that character, I'm gonna look over your shoulder and be like, character doesn't look very. So you're gonna be like.
Well, there's one thing. Like, I love his special attack, but there's one thing he does, like minus 25% melee damage, and I'm like, I like using melee weapons.
Oh man!
But I'd rather have strong magic and a strong resistance to fire magic than being able to beat up people just a little bit more better. You know, just saying.
When I played, I made my character a Khajiit. What's it called?
Khajiit. I think so.
Did I get it right? Really?
Yeah, that's the cat one, right?
Yeah. I made mine the cat one. So I'm a cat guy. I thought they looked cool.
They do look cool. The lizard people are pretty cool. I wish they had a wolf people.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I would love that. Like if they had dog people, I would definitely do that. This sounds weird.
It sounds like we're just like setting the stage for like a furry talk. God, why don't they just say there's got to be a mod for Skyrim where you could just be a furry?
I'm gonna look that up. A mod where like there's got to be mods where they have new races.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I'm going to have to restart the whole game again. Holy shit. Wait, I'm going to look up a mod right now. We're going to find out live on the podcast if there's a fucking mod. Here we go, Matt. Are you ready?
So this is one of my favorite segments of all time.
Here we go. Okay,
Let's see.
The Night Spawn? Look at all these mods, bro.
Man, I still want that Confederate furry suit.
Well, I couldn't find a mod on the spot. If you guys can put in awesome Skyrim mods in the comments section, put in I usually use nexusmods.com. If you can put in a link to that, I already have the Nexus mod manager, so it's easy for me to download these mods. Please, and if there's one that allows me to be a dog person, let's do that. And I know you're like, oh, why don't you just be a werewolf in the game?
Guys,
Ryan, I want to be a dog person.
Ryan's looking for epic Skyrim mods.
If I could be a giraffe person, that would be great. If I could be a pig person.
Help Ryan out, guys. Help him get some epic Skyrim mods. He needs these mods, guys. He needs these mods.
Please.
Oh my God, he needs these mods more than he needs.
What's the last computer game you legitimately played? Probably got kind of addicted to and played for over 5 hours.
PUBG.
PUBG? You played more than 5 hours of PUBG?
It's when you were out of town. Yeah. I did. I played quite a bit of PUBG. Right when the week it first came out, I played a lot of PUBG.
And then as soon as I got it, you got bored of it. You didn't want to play with me.
No,
but it was okay to play with everyone else but me.
I burned through games quick.
Especially when I asked you if you wanted to play with me, and then you said yes, and then you never played with me. That was pretty cool too.
Well, I mean, you can take it however you want to take it, Ryan, but I got bored of it pretty quick. You know, Ryan, maybe it's because I like to divvy up my time into doing intellectual things instead of playing mind-numbing video games.
Like sleeping?
Like trying fine wines and reading books.
You and I had wine at the theater.
We did, dude.
When we first saw it.
I like wine a lot.
It helped.
You have to say.
Yeah, I think I want to go to the ArcLight more specifically just to get buzzed during horror movies or fun movies and shit like that. I've never been drunk in a movie theater. I wasn't drunk. I've never been tipsy in a movie theater before.
I've never been drunk in a movie theater either.
I'm not even tipsy. I was buzzed, but it felt
Just
good.
a little buzz,
It was nice.
yeah.
So we saw a Nintendo Direct, taking this in another direction.
Just a new Nintendo Direct just aired. I mean, this won't be relevant in 4 days, but
Nothing surprising.
It was a disappointing Nintendo Direct. I was expecting something good.
My only memories I have of Nintendo Directs, because they've been really recent, the only thing I can always remember is just at the end they just go, and that's it for this Nintendo Direct, and I'm always like, oh, aw. I've never been, whoa.
The good ones are when it was Iwata, when Iwata did them.
Yeah, but those are the big
RIP.
conference type of ones.
Yeah.
These are kind of small mini updates.
Man, I gotta pour one out from my man Iwata. Iwata-san, man. I gotta go home and crack a brew and pour it out for him.
Is he dead?
Yeah. Iwata died.
When did he die?
2 years ago? 3 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago?
What did he do?
Dude, he's one of the main Nintendo guys.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Fucking joke.
For a second, I was like, you don't know who Iwata is? God, dude. That sucks. When Miyamoto dies, that will be a tragedy. Japan will have a week of mourning for that.
Well, the thing that's scary is that all these people have, remained in charge, and I like their, more than not, I like their vision, because it's very simple, and they're, the ideas are fun video games. They're not, grueling first-person shooters, Their Mario has a fun hat with eyes, and you throw that hat on other things, or, Mario has this thing on his back that squirts water. All the Nintendo games have been really fun, and I'm afraid that when these people start going, it's going to start becoming even it's corporate right now, but even more corporate to the likes of how EA and Ubisoft and how those companies handle themselves, especially Activision and shit.
Once Miyamoto's gone, then it's gonna kind of just change from what it was. I hope that doesn't happen.
After Miyamoto and Reggie, but hopefully they put the company in hands that they trust. Hopefully they have a say in that. I would believe they do.
I love Nintendo. Man, Nintendo's great. Nintendo is a wonderful company that I will always love unless they do something terrible. Endorse terrorist groups or something, but
I'd still play Mario.
I'd still play Mario. I mean, I don't see Miyamoto endorsing terrorist groups. It's possible. I'm not going to rule it out, but
no, endorsing doesn't mean giving money or anything. It just means...
or just giving them a shout out. The end of a Nintendo Direct, he shouts out some terrorist group in Africa or something.
Iwaka 10-6.
Iwaka 10-6? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So it's one of the worst terrorist groups out there.
Are you joking right now?
What do you mean?
It's in Africa. It's been the big news for the past week.
No, it hasn't, Ryan. You're pulling the wool over my eyes right now. There's no such thing as Iwaka 10-6.
Okay.
Yeah, you're bullshitting this right now, and then tomorrow, some attack is gonna happen under the name of Iwaka 10-6.
Iwaka 10-6, and it's all gonna point to me, and I'm gonna be arrested because I predicted it.
I'm never gonna.
They want to know my time traveling powers, but really it was just me making a stupid joke, and then some dumbass saw it online and was like, "Oh, that's a pretty fucking sick name, bro." You walk a 10 to 6.
Is it 10 like 10 to 6 like a job? Like
No,
I work 10 to 6.
TENDE.
Tinda and then 6 just SIX?
But Roman numeral 6.
Okay, so VI.
Yeah.
You walk a 10 to 6. That actually sounds kind of cool, man.
You walk a 10 to 6.
Yeah, dude.
That's a cool terrorist organization. I mean, a cool name.
Cut that out of context. That's a cool terrorist organization. Man, I'm genuinely worried nowadays about how hard this ad stuff's coming down on YouTube. Like, I get a little uneasy even just saying words like terrorist organization because they do have these transcripts that read the videos and judge things based on that. And I'm scared that saying something as simple as that'll flag it or lessen the ads at least.
Channels that are smaller than us right now are being like, I've seen them being attacked. And it's just like, this is the downfall of YouTube. Like
100%.
a lot of people are like, there's no coming back from this.
No, it'll never be what it was when we started SuperMega.
It'll never. Well, we came in late to the party with SuperMega.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the best time for us to have gotten into this shit was back when you and I were like middle schoolers.
Yeah.
That was like the best time for like middle schoolers or like like high schoolers.
I think in
that was the
terms of
best time
being
for us
successful
to really get
for
in.
our channel to be the most successful. I think probably 3 or 4 years ago would have been.
I think definitely 4 years ago,
but
4 or 5.
Better late than never, guys. You get this good podcast in 2017 instead of 2013.
Yep. Those who are listening right now, and we don't upload any more videos. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, like
in the future when we're not uploading any videos, this channel's dead. It's just a catalog of all of our bullshit.
There will come a point. That's weird, man. There's gonna be
someone's listening to this someone's gonna listen to this after our channel has stopped and be like, "Whoa, this is sad." That's gonna be the top comment. I'll be looking for it.
It's weird because this is
60.
You're 60. This is like this channel is a chapter in our life. You know, like where basically it's every day. It's just cataloging and it's just little bits of our life where we talk about what's going on in our life. We talk about our opinions at this point in our life.
Random
bullshit, inappropriate shit that we're gonna look back when we're 40 and be like, oh God, I wish I didn't say that. But like all of this stuff, this channel, I think it's cool because this is our lives. It's
like a time capsule.
Exactly.
It's like a time capsule filled with Let's Plays.
It's a time capsule filled with Let's Plays.
Isn't that what the next generation wants?
A time capsule of Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They played Conker's Bad Fur Day.
They played Mario Maker.
Oh damn.
It's like because our opinions as we get older will change, our standards will change, our views on the world will change, shit like that. More things will happen,
and we're gonna be waiting on the world to change.
Waiting on the world to change. But it's like all of this is like encapsulated right now. It's preserved. So there will come a point when there will be a day when it has been 10 years since we've uploaded a video to this channel.
Yeah,
it will have gone without a new upload in 10 years, and all of these videos will still be here. All these podcast episodes will still be on the internet. Everything we're saying, when we're 70. If the internet doesn't get wiped somehow in some nuclear incident or some shit.
Dude, whenever I think about this, it still blows my mind. Like when I'm thinking of from this moment right here, 150 years from now, everyone on the planet currently will not exist and it'll be just a fresh new bunch of people.
But this shit we're saying right now could still be listened to 150 years from now. These exact waveforms coming out of my mouth in this exact second.
But in 150 years, imagine how much more catalog the internet will have built
How much
up.
more
if
shit
the internet's still around.
will be buried.
Like a bunch of stuff could be. Look, a lot changed when. I guess was it early middle school or just elementary school? When was the internet kind of getting super big? Like when was Google and AOL? Or like when was AOL kind of? Was that like
kids.
Elementary school?
Yeah, elementary school.
Yeah, so
like late 90s, early 2000s.
That shit happened fast too. I just remember
my
one
God,
day
dude, the internet and technology, the 2000s. I'd say from 1998 or like 2000, just that period to today, the technological.
I'd say 97 or something.
Yeah, like 97, 96, around when I was born. From the time I was born to today, technology has just blown up at such an exponential rate.
Yeah.
It's like before that, it's going up, and then the invention of the internet, everything just whoosh, shot up. And now I think it's kind of starting to plateau off again, maybe a little bit. But holy shit, man. It's cool that we got to grow up and live through a time period in which the world changed at such a massive, fast rate technologically.
I have to say it was. I know, like people who are older than us, like in their 30s and 40s, if they ever listen to this, they'd roll their eyes. But still, like I'm speaking from my perspective.
Yeah, from our perspective.
Like it's hard. I'm glad that I lived in a time where stuff wasn't as convenient as it is today.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Like calling your friends like having to remember your friends' numbers and like kind of putting them in like a paper address book in your house, or searching for their number in a phone book and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like legitimately pulling out a phone book and looking up like their last name and trying to guess which one is them. And like I'd call probably the wrong house once or twice by accident the first time I did. And I'm like, oh, sorry, wrong short or wrong whatever last name it was.
I remember I still have some of my childhood friends' phone numbers memorized. I still know them to this day just because I called them so much on the phone. And it's funny because the irony of it is you look back at those times and you're like, oh, those were simpler times. But they weren't, because you had to do more work to do certain tasks. So technically they weren't simpler times.
But like hanging out, like
but
when
you
I
see
was,
it as simpler times.
When I was a kid, we'd go out and explore in the woods for fun. We'd go out into like construction areas and go inside the buildings that were under construction. We'd go out and ride bikes. Like, hey, you want to ride bike? Sure. Now today it's just, I mean, it's my fault. Like I could get
birds.
No, like I could 100% go and ride a bike and stuff. But it's more. I don't think it's really technology's the problem. I think it's my age, because when I was a kid there was just less to do. I couldn't go out and drive places. You know,
you didn't have technology.
Being
like
inside
today.
was a punishment.
Yeah.
Well, like being inside by my room without electronics and stuff was a punishment. And now today, like you can pretty much do anything you want.
God, isn't it fucking wild to think that what a smartphone is? Like this little piece of plastic and glass and computer and shit. This little thing in your pocket, you have the entire world of information at your fingertips. Any time of the day, I can look up anything I want and read about it in the world. It's
like probably 10 times more powerful than your first computer was, your first home computer was.
Oh, it's more powerful than the first like spaceships that went to the moon, I think. Like that's fucking crazy.
The new iPhone 10 looks.
Let's talk about the iPhone 10.
I like the look. The price is fucking ridiculous.
$999 is a starting price for a consumer level product.
But as I said, that might be like the base price of buying the phone on its own, and then if you get like a Verizon or something plan, it'll knock it down to like $700.
But still,
$600.
you gotta. Still, that's fucking for a phone.
Well, I mean, iPhones have always been in the range anywhere between $400 to $700.
And what makes me mad is they charge this price because they know people will buy it, which just keeps making the price go up.
Well, like the price is one thing, but they're also they're getting rid of the fingerprint, like Touch ID thing, and they're replacing it with a facial scan. Tell me how that's gonna work in the dark. Tell me how that's easier to do.
It'll probably like how does flashlight on your face. A lot of. I don't want to flash. Like it's so easy just to put your thumbprint up on the phone. And then every time I have to unlock my phone, I have to hold it up to my face
and have a flash happen.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
I don't know. And then like a certain way you get to certain screens is like a diagonal down swipe in the top left corner does this. Like it brings down the control panel, and it's like, okay, this is all cool and everything, but I don't know. Apple recently, especially with their decisions with like MacBooks and stuff, they've really kind of been hitting a sour point with me.
Same here.
In terms of design and cost.
Those are the two things. Honestly, it's design and cost. Their products. Like I like Apple products. I don't hate Apple. I have a MacBook and I use it for editing and work and stuff, and I really do like it.
They're great personal computers.
Yeah, and they're overpriced, crazy overpriced.
Yeah,
but you know I have an iPhone.
You're paying for good quality, or at least that's what the excuse was for all the years of buying Mac and Apple.
Because back in the day, it's like Mac was like the fancy computer, and it was like this is the good powerful thing. Yeah. That's why it's more expensive. But nowadays, when you can build a computer for a third of the price, that's 2 times more powerful, or get it assembled for you for the same price, and it's like really good and can do a lot more than a Mac can. They don't really have the excuse of a high price anymore.
I don't think I can go back to like a high-end Mac or whatever after having Windows 10 and shit. I mean, just everything that I'm into in terms of gaming and editing just works a whole lot better, and downloading plugins and like, let's just even say mods, bring it full circle. That's 1,000 times easier to do.
Oh, well, Windows is more compatible with like everything. Like most things are designed with Windows in mind. So Windows will always be the more compatible thing. But I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's because I grew up with Mac at home, because my dad is an architectural illustrator, so he used Mac his whole career. And I
Yeah.
remember when my dad we got our first family computer, and this was early 2000s, and it was one of those Macs that had the big fat back, and it was like colored and kind of see-through.
Yeah.
It was like the
It was like the
turquoise one.
white and then semi-transparent back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was like our first family computer. Or there actually might have been one before that, but I think that's the first one I remember. And I don't know. Then my dad always had a Mac. And that's what he did his architectural work off of. So that's what I used for school assignments. That's what I used for fun. That's what I learned Photoshop and editing on. So I have like a special place in my heart for Apple and the Apple interface.
Well, they helped me all throughout my high school career. They like, I learned video editing and photo editing and everything like that in terms of what I do today for a living. I learned on a Mac first.
Yeah. I like editing on Macs. I really do. I think it's a good computer for editing. I think that you're better off, though, building a custom computer to edit on.
I have not been happier with any computer, but I like
the one you built.
Yeah. I love the one I built.
Yeah, if you're looking to get into like video editing, like hardcore video editing, you need something that has a good processor and graphics card and stuff
And
like
certain
that.
Macs have that, but at the base price that you're getting for a really good Mac that can handle a lot of rendering.
Yeah.
You're going to be forking over a lot of money that then you could have been spending just kind of building it yourself, or doing what I did and just ordering someone to build it for you.
There's a lot of things that Windows does better than Mac, and I think there's a couple things Mac does better than Windows.
For a while, I thought Mac's interface was simpler and easier to manage because for when Microsoft introduced what Windows was it? I can't remember exactly which one. It's the one that made everything turn into blocks and it was hard to find the control panel
Windows 8.
and shit.
I hated that when that first came out.
Like
8.1 was good, but when 8 first dropped, and they made it like a tablet essentially, and I'm like, fuck this sucks. But I really like the Mac layout interface. It's like very clean, and I like that for that reason. But I also really like Windows. I don't know. A lot of people are like either one side or the other, like hardcore Windows, hardcore Mac. Honestly, I'm kind of fully in the middle between the two of them. Maybe
Kinda
leaning a little
same.
more towards Windows.
Me too, leaning towards Windows as well. But I have a preference of if I were to get another laptop, I'm probably going to be looking at Mac first.
Oh,
I just like Mac laptops more, even though they've done something stupid recently, which is kind of hindering my want to buy one right now, which is the taking out of the USB ports.
Why did they do that?
Because I mean, you can buy the little extra thing or whatever that adds USB ports, but it's still USB ports. I got when they took away the CD drive. I got when they changed the charger cable. The charger cable is their own thing. That's cool. They want to innovate and do something different. And I like the lightning cable. I think is what it's called.
I
now.
actually really like the lightning cable.
That's such a better improvement than from what was before.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that's really improved as of yet because of this. Maybe in the future they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so glad that they do this and this is the normal thing now." But USB ports are still used for most of fucking everything, from certain headsets to hard drives to mice, keyboards, everything.
Like USB is something that I don't think is becoming obsolete. I could be wrong, and maybe it is, and I just don't realize it. But I get the rise of like USB-C.
It's going to eventually become obsolete, but currently there's no need to take it out of a computer because we're
not at that point yet.
There's a necessity to have a base base USB port without having to buy any extras.
At least one, you know? And then also same how they took out the headphone jack on the iPhone.
And these are on the MacBook Pro, which is like, these are like for people that want to do some travel editing and stuff.
You go on travel, like you go travel and like someone gives you a hard drive for something. It's like, sorry, I can't plug this in. I have to go buy the accessory. I wouldn't be as mad if
Well, if you have the computer, you're going to buy the accessory probably with it.
Does it come with the accessory?
Maybe or maybe not, but I still think it's ridiculous. If you lose the accessory, you still have to buy another one. Just more things that you have to keep track of. There's a problem somewhere in that because they took it out for a reason. They took out the USB port for a reason. I don't know why. I'm not into computers that much, and I don't know too much about computers to really get into the logistics of maybe they didn't have enough room or maybe they couldn't. But I kind of don't see how they could because you see like Chromecast computers or some of them have USB ports and shit, and they're the tiniest sons of bitches that don't have to do that much.
That's the thing. It's like
well, maybe that's
thinner
why,
and smaller doesn't mean better. I'd honestly rather have a thick, heavier laptop that has everything I need in it. I do have to say, the version of the MacBook before the newer ones
is an excellent version that if you're looking for a really good laptop for editing and stuff, I mean, it works for me.
I love that touch bar. I love the look of the touch bar on the new Macs,
cool.
and I love the look of them. But just the whole USB port thing is just kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
But I think even if I were to buy a laptop, I still would probably bite the bullet and get like the additional thing where I plugged a thing into it.
I probably would too. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
We are the problem.
But I mean,
and Apple knows that. Apple knows that's people's mindset. They're gonna get mad about it, but they're still gonna buy it anyway, and still give them money, and they'll still continue to raise prices on things.
yeah.
So it's like that's the problem.
Or I could just get a iPad.
Or you can get a Leapfrog, a Leapster, or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Actually, a laptop that no, I've been looking at the Windows Surface. I think I really like those computers. As just a travel computer, it turns into a tablet and then it like a computer.
Yeah, I have
thing.
one.
Yeah, like I thought you gave it to Tucker.
Oh yeah, I did. I thought I was giving it to him later. I forgot I already gave it to him. Yeah. So Tucker has one.
Yeah, so I just liked the feel of it and went and played around with one in the mall area. And I don't know, that's probably strong competition with the new MacBooks. I actually probably would go with one of those instead.
I had the one that I had though. I tried video editing on it and it was not good. At least
I wouldn't do video editing on it.
It was really bad for video editing, but everything else was cool. It was fun. Played Space Station 13 on it. Had a good time.
That I just want a travel laptop mainly for movies and stuff like that, or like writing stuff out. And I think like editing would help too.
But anyway, enough on the Mac PC debate. We did want to bring something up. As you know, we're on a little hiatus right now because we're trying to rework on branding, and we mentioned a little bit at the beginning of the podcast. And she's already said it on Twitter, but we did just want to, I guess, say it officially.
Well, Twitter and Tumblr.
Yeah, our channel artist.
Our wonderful, amazing, great, fantastic, beautiful.
Real beautiful.
She's a cutie.
Yeah, she, Foolish Captain Kia, she is actually no longer our channel artist. But this is not because we had a falling out or anything like that. We're just trying something new.
Still keep in contact.
Yeah, we still love that girl.
We're still really like chill and shit. So
because every time people stop working together or do different things on the internet with different people are always like, something happened. Yeah. Something happened. There's drama.
Internet drama.
Believe it or not, no drama. We just are trying something new.
Just going with a new style. And that I think that's one of the things that I have to commend Kia with in particular is that this could have been like one of those things where it turned weird, but it actually was a very kind of graceful maneuver. Like it was very understanding, and it's like, hey, we want to take this new direction. It's just kind of like informing a friend of like, hey, I just need to, I want to change something with a personal thing that I'm doing, and it's like, that they were helping you out with it before. I was like, oh, okay, and so we've loved the work that she's like,
oh my god,
done.
She's done a fantastic job on the channel.
Go look at those thumbnails, by the way.
Look at all those thumbnails.
Go check her out on Twitter, actually, too.
Yeah.
Like, give her a follow. She's been... we cannot stress enough how much she has helped this channel make its mark and just kind of get out there because she's done a lot of work with the thumbnails behind the scenes. Some of y'all may pay for the Patreon stuff where you get to see her like draw the thumbnails, but every once in a while, like I know you do too, but we'll pop in a stream every now and then just to kind of like watch and see what's going on.
Yeah.
She's an amazing person to work with. Anyone who is looking for someone that is just very easy to work with and does good quality work, she is the animator for you.
Yeah, honestly, if you're looking for someone like that, please reach out to her.
Yeah, because I know she does commissions every now and then. If you're interested in that, remember also, I think look at her Tumblr and Twitter and see if they're open and blah, blah, blah. But if that's something you're interested in, I definitely recommend her.
She's a wonderful girl, and we actually are still gonna do some stuff with her in the future, whether it be merch or an animation or something along the lines of. So that's just something we want to fill you guys in on. But our new channel artist is a guy goes by Don Dororo on Twitter. We're trying something new. Maybe it's a little ballsy, but it's something that Ryan and I want to try, and we feel good about. So we hope that you guys like it too. But anyways, oh my god, man. Anyway, 2017 is flying by.
I know.
Like, this is just one of those years that just whoosh.
I mentioned that when we were on our way to Taco Bell, like a few days ago. I don't know why I remember specifically why we were on our way to Taco Bell, but I remember just kind of being taken aback by remembering like all the major stuff that's happened this year and going, wow, it's almost over.
Can I tell you something?
What?
That wasn't a few days ago. That was at the very beginning of the month, and we were talking about how.
No, it wasn't.
Like, I can't
No,
believe,
it wasn't.
No, really, we were thinking, I can't believe August is already over, and now September's halfway over. Like life is flying by, dude.
Damn.
In the words
Holy
of Ferris
shit.
Bueller, you gotta slow down and sniff roses, some shit like that.
Rosebud. Ferris Bueller. Yes.
The classic Rosebud from Ferris Bueller.
But yeah, this year's been. I mean, it's not. It's of course a long ways from over because we still got like 4 months or so.
Yeah, but still, it's just. I remember New Year's Eve and exactly what I was
3
doing.
months, 3.5 months.
It did not feel that long ago. What I'm wondering is like, because I mean we're both young. I'm 21. You're 23, and I've heard people say this. They say that as you get older, life starts to go faster and faster, and years feel shorter and shorter because
Well, because you get into more of a rhythm.
Yeah. Well, not even only that. It's also because your scale of time becomes longer. So when you're 2, or let's say you're 5 years old, you've only existed for 5 years. So a year seems like a really long time. But when you're 20, you've done 20 of those. So a year doesn't seem as long anymore.
But now, hear me out. I think it's due to the fact, like that may be it, but I think it's mainly due to the fact, as I previously said, because when you have a ritualistic kind of lifestyle, get up, go to work, do this stuff, your brain just kind of starts to kind of turn off remembering things because it's like
starts blending things together.
Because it starts blending things together because like, oh, we're doing this and this. But then when it encounters something new, then it kind of starts to reinvigorate again.
And when you're young, everything's new.
Yeah.
So
you're just always like, oh, we're going here, we're doing this, blah blah blah.
what I'm excited for is
Lulu.
the last quarter of the year is always my favorite.
I thought you were like, I just can't wait for the last quarter of my life.
I just can't wait to be an
on an old man in a bed just waiting to die for the last
I honestly
few
can't tell
years.
if I'm excited to be an old man or I'm dreading it.
I'm dreading it. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to be unable to do and a lot of stuff that's more painful to do and a lot of stuff that you're not going to be able to stop yourself from doing when you're older.
I'm half dreading it, half excited, I guess.
I'm not excited at all.
Because it's gonna be like
I'm not excited to die. I don't want to
worry
die
as much.
I don't want to die.
Like I don't know. You just don't have to worry that much.
I guess.
Maybe like you already have all the money you're gonna make in your life already made.
But I can't put myself in that mindset. I'm
Yeah, 'cause
young.
you're young.
I'm young right now, and when I'm older, I'm sure I'll feel like that. But like, I just know the scary part about it is I know there's gonna be one day where I'm an old man and I'm just gonna be going, God, life went by fast.
Why didn't SuperMega have more subscribers? Damn
Yeah.
it!
It's just sometimes I stay awake at night and I just get this crippling fear of there'll be a moment where life fades to black and I'm gone. Like my eyes will start to close or my vision will start to like blur and then just like within a 5-second period I'm fucking just
You're
gone.
Life's done. Yeah.
Like everything I've experienced is only up. The only way it can survive is if the internet still goes on and if people still remember this, like not this shit, but like me in general. I don't care if people remember me on this type of shit. I care about kind of like people I'm close to, like friends and family.
It's weird because we're kind of in one of the first few generations of people that their memory will be preserved forever or as long as the internet exists because of the internet. People like us that create stuff online, like our memory and I don't want to say legacy. It's like our legacy, but what I mean is like our lives and our memories will be preserved after we die because of all this stuff. So we're kind of the first generation that leaves a huge. It's easy to leave stuff behind because you're leaving more footprints on the internet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the thing. It's like life is it's a crazy thing, and you only get it once. So that's why that's a weird thought thinking about like
it's just
one day you will die.
It's a crazy ride. Just
that's why you gotta make the best of it, man. Gotta fucking enjoy it. Do fun shit because everything you worry about one day won't matter. So.
Exactly. It's all everything that you're thinking of is all in perspective to yourself.
In this
like
moment,
it's your perspective.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And I'm not saying it's easy to change your perspective. It could be
it's like one of the hardest things to do.
It could be, as I said, as you said, sorry. It could be one of the hardest things that you do, or it can be this epiphany moment. But just because you didn't get that epiphany moment and you find it difficult doesn't mean like it won't ever get better, or you won't find a reason to kind of like enjoy your day or enjoy a certain memory or moment.
Because like that's the thing, like everyone deals with shit in their life. Some people have more shit than others, and some people handle it differently, and some people are more optimistic, some people are more pessimistic. But like everyone has to deal with shit in their lives, and things do get shitty in everyone's life. There's no way to avoid that. But you just got to keep in mind that, like, you know, life is, it's long, but in the big picture, it's short, and life is what you make it ultimately.
Yeah.
The way you deal with things, your mindset, your response to things, what you give power to have power over you. You know, it's like, it's really all up to you, and it's easier said than done. But
yeah, of course. Like, I never want it to come across whenever it gets into this type of subject that it's like, oh, it's easy, change your mindset. Oh, everybody has shit in their life. Fucking change, you know, you just be happy. Like, it's not that hard. I think ultimately people need to at least know that it can get better. I don't care if like you can't find a way that you can get better. You just need to know that there is a possibility in this life that you have that it will get better. It could be tomorrow, it could be within a few hours, it could take years, but there's always just a better spot to be in.
Always, yeah.
And
especially if you're young.
Yeah.
If you're young and you think things are shit, it's like, I don't want to sound cliche, like, well, you're young, but you are young. You know, if you're my age and you think things are absolutely shit, you've lived 1/5 to 1/4 of your life. How do you, and you know, all of that couldn't have been filled with shit. There's happy moments. So how do you know that it's not just because you're young? You'll get older. Life changes. My life will be completely different from what it is in 10, 20 years.
Yeah. I guess my only, this is so weird, but I guess my advice would be to recognize that it can get better and then seek professional help so that they can help point you in the direction to get to that place.
Oh, absolutely. Like
professional help is just 100% where people need to look.
Because there's a stigma that, you know, going to therapy or getting help is, well, I'm glad that the stigma is actually going away these days, but at least back when I was younger, when you were younger, it seems like there was more of a stigma around mental health and around like going to seek help means that you have something wrong with you. Going to a therapist to talk about your problems means that you have a mental illness or you're crazy. And that's simply not the case. A therapist is someone that you can simply go to vent about your problems, and it's someone that's specialized in problems you have, and they can give you the tools you need to work around problems. I go to a therapist, and I love going to a therapist. Almost everyone I know goes to a therapist. Like, I'd say 50 to 75% of people I know go to a therapist, and there's nothing wrong with that. So for people out there that feel like you have shit, it doesn't matter how big or small. If you have anxiety, depression, you're bipolar, whatever, like, going to a therapist is seriously a life-changing thing that I recommend everyone does. I think everyone should see a therapist.
And if a therapist doesn't work for you, that doesn't mean that, oh, well, I've literally tried everything I can. Like, there are other methods too. There are different forms of therapy than a therapist.
Exactly.
Well.
There's a lot of different forms. You know, find something that works for you. And also, if you go to a therapist and it's not working, that probably just means that therapist doesn't work. There are tens of thousands of therapists.
Yeah.
They're not all the same. They use different methods. They're all different. So if you go to one and it doesn't work, try another one. Don't give up.
I remember, like, there's one therapist that I didn't like, and it was mainly because her religious bias played a lot into the therapy sessions.
Yeah.
And, you know, I could let that taint that. But moving on from that, I also had a better therapist. I've had a better therapist before her, and I recognize that. And, you know, you just have to see that therapists are people with their own personality, and just like how you can't be friends with everyone you run across in the street, not every therapist is going to work for you. And also you have to find a therapist that you legitimately click with and are able to share something with. If you feel uncomfortable with a therapist, then maybe that's not the right therapist for you. So,
because I guess one of the biggest things about going to a therapist is you have to be honest.
Yeah.
And you have to say things, and you have to tell them stuff that, you know,
well, therapists and doctors, any sort of medical professional,
you have to be honest. You can't have a bias like, oh, you don't want them to judge me. That's their job. They're a therapist or doctor. They're not going to judge you.
You can lie to your friends. You can lie to your family. You can lie to whoever you want to. But just when it comes to mental health or any type of medical issue, I guess, but mainly talking about mental health right now, do not lie to your medical professional. Do not lie to a doctor. Do not lie to a therapist.
They're there to help you.
Do not lie to people who are possibly prescribing you medications.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of information that you could be hiding from them that they need or would be beneficial for you in the end.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point of those people is to help you, and if you're not being honest with them, you can't help yourself. So
yeah. And I don't want to like put a damper on anything, but when this podcast goes out, it's going to be September 14th. And a lot of you already know that Matt and I had a friend 2 years ago, back in 2015, Daniel Ca, just a great all-around friend. I don't know how to explain it. We all just clicked together. Him and I moved out here a long time ago. I knew him since high school. And around 2 years ago, September 16th, he attempted suicide. And that started the ball rolling on a lot of people's lives changing and a lot of things being brought up into the forefront. And unfortunately, he did pass away September 18th, 2015. I just want to say, of course, I miss him. And there's a lot of people that miss him. And there's a lot of people that are thinking about him currently and will always be thinking about him. But I also want to make room to remember what he did and how talented he was. He has a SoundCloud. If you could go listen to some of his music.
It'll be in the description. Links to the stuff he created out of his passions will be in the description.
And we did Syndigo. Look up that channel. He was also on I think one Kids with Problems video, if not two.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of content with Daniel out there, and I would hate to see his creative energy go with him, I guess.
Right.
And I want to kind of keep it out there. And I if I could recommend any song of his, it's my favorite. It's What If I'm Right. It should be on his SoundCloud. But it would seriously mean a lot if you at least tried to listen or view or just enjoy what he was able to bring to people before he unfortunately passed away way too early.
I miss him like crazy, and it's such a tragedy what happened. And that's the reason, we got into this conversation is because, we have an audience, we have a lot of reach, and everyone deals with shit. So we just want to make sure that, if you're dealing with shit, you can get help, and there is help out there. So you're not alone in all this. So essentially, that's what we want to say.
Yeah. And of course, much respect to you, Daniel. I know it always feels weird talking to someone who's gone, but I miss the hell out of him. He had such a big impact on both of Matt and I's lives.
Completely.
And it's just, we want to make sure he's remembered appropriately and for what he loved doing, which was music.
I want people to remember him for what he did and not just for what happened to him.
Yeah.
You don't want his memory to be lost in just sadness. We got a little serious towards the second half, which we don't usually do, but we did want to say that stuff, and we want to remember Daniel. So thank you guys for understanding and listening, and we'll see you next week. We have a guest coming on next week. Guess you guys will be...
Not a planned guest.
Not a planned guest. It just kind of happened in the recording.
It's already pre-recorded. We already have it recorded.
It's a really funny episode, though. So next week, we'll be on a much more positive note. Some new branding. So that'll roll out next week. So this is actually the last podcast episode where you're going to see this lovely design on screen. So it's like, farewell to that. But
nice salute.
Yeah, did a little salute.
But see you guys. Sayonara.
That's not how you say it, dude.
Konnichiwa.
No, it's sayonara.
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 So, never mind. Bye.